Hey. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Wherever this message may find you, it's your girl, Juice Louise, back with another message. I am so happy and I'm so grateful that money comes to you and I in increasing quantity on a continuous basis through various sources, all in a positive and peaceful manner. Good vibes only. I'm free. I'm awake. For whoever this message is for, I hope that, you find some kind of comfort in me saying this. But I want to say, in life, right? And this is for a lot of, all of us, we've all at one point or another, been through some things that really pushed us down, that made us feel really down, and, there's betrayals that go on. There's things that happen to us that make us feel like we were wronged or, things weren't fair. Like how many times have you been in a situation where you just felt like, man, this is just not fair. Like, it's wrong. You know what I'm saying? But then it's like you're not going to get the justice or you're never going to get that. I mean, if you do, good, you know what I'm saying? But you shouldn't look for it because it may never happen, and then you'll just be constantly on edge, and on the inside, you'll be wishing and hoping for this thing to happen that's never going to happen. You know what I'm saying? That, especially if you're waiting on an apology from somebody else, or you're assuming that they would you would hope that they would want to do that, but you can't make people be mature in that way emotionally. And there's been times where I've probably done stuff to people, right? And I didn't know that I did them, I didn't make them feel, I didn't know that I made them feel, bad or whatever. Or, so how, if I didn't know, and let's just say they're over there, like if I'm ignorant to that, right? It doesn't mean you're stupid. You're just ignorant to things. Like, if you don't know, you don't know. You don't know what you don't know. And, and a lot of times we want people to do certain things to make us feel a certain way. And to be honest, if you could just be honest with yourself, if you could just, own up and understand that they might not be there, and you might not ever get the opportunity to hear that that apology, or you may never get a closure that you're looking for. Like, I got somebody that I know that she's never, so far, she's never gotten closure on something that happened to her, and it really, really, really tore her and her family apart. And a lot of times when people are the ones that are, when the shoe is on the other foot, and it's the person that actually is making the other people feel that way, like they don't understand. Number one, they're already embarrassed if they are aware of what they've done to you, right? So it's hard for them to come forth. If you could just be honest, if it was on you and you did something that you were embarrassed of, and it caused a lot of pain to other people, and it would be embarrassing. It'd be like, I don't want to come around, and I don't want to say this thing because it's just so embarrassing for me to face. It's like, knots. But I can say this, man. If I don't know nothing else, the truth always sets you free. I don't care who you are or what situation it is. The truth sets you free. Like Denzel, when he was in that courtroom and he was about to beat that case for the pilot, I think it's The Flight, that was the name of the movie. That man could not lie no more. Like, he was just like, man, I'm not only am I lying to myself, but he just couldn't live in that lie anymore. You know what I'm saying? He had to own up, and it set him free. And you could see on his face, that he was set free. You could see, even though it's a movie, he could not lie no more. You know what I'm saying? It's just a point where he couldn't lie to himself, and he couldn't lie to the people anymore. he literally, he set himself free by going to prison. Sounds crazy as hell, but he did that in the movie. So anyway, a lot of people are not ready for that. You know, we if you grew up in the streets, you grew up with the mentality like, nah, you lie to your death. You know, you say you keep it to your grave, or you know, it's fine. But those ways of living can keep you stuck. You know, internally. Not talking about external. Yeah, you'll beat the case, but then when you go home at night, now what? You're still battling something spiritually, and those type of battles are different. Okay, and I know this for a fact because I went through them. So yeah, so I just wanted to get on here and give some comfort to some people that feel betrayed or have done the betraying. But at the end of the day, man, we are all just trying to live and get through our lives. And some people, at the level of understanding that we have, and some people don't have certain understandings. And when you are hurt and you feel burdened by a situation and you were betrayed, you feel like it's just, man, it's just wasn't fair. You have to find a way to be at peace with it without that other person giving you the peace that you think you need. Because again, they may never do it. They may chicken out. They may die with that on them. You know what I'm saying? And you will have to be okay with that, because at the end of the day, if you're sitting there waiting, you're just as bad. You're holding on to something that's not gonna it's never going to be, and it already happened. So you have to let it all the way go, right? And letting it all the way go, people say, let it go, just let it go already. It's old, just let it go. It's like, it's a process for that. And I'm more than happy, you know, to break down, you know, the process on that, but we're not going to do that right now today. But I just wanted to send some comfort, because it's very, very important that you stay in control of what you can control, and everything else is out of your hands, and you have to detach from it. It's not easy. It's not. But as the time goes on, to be honest, with the work, you'll look back and you'll say, you know what? I learned this from going through that. I learned this from going through that. And it's okay. You know, and you're going to have moments where because people never like to speak upon the parts where it gets really, you know, everybody's like, oh, I went through this, and then like I came out, and I'm happy now. But the in between part is the part where we don't talk about. Like, there's an in between. There's the ego trips. There's spaz out moments. There's breakdown. There's fetal positions in the middle of your floor. There's don't want to talk to people. Not understand. Looking for somebody to understand you. You know, creating trauma bonds, creating codependencies, and then having to detach from those, because it's a process that you have to undergo to learn. But it's okay that you feel that way. Yes, you was wronged. You was wronged. And you were betrayed. You know, you were blind to, you know, a lot of things. But you don't beat yourself up over that. You don't stay there. You don't get angry with yourself and be like, well, you know, you have to forgive yourself for making these mistakes or whatever, and living, because you're just living and learning. Like, you just forgive yourself. It's okay, like, that you did that, because you learned something. Now, what you have to do is figure out how to just move past it, you know, and be okay with whatever the outcome is. Let go of your attachment to the outcome, because you're going to put more stress on yourself sitting and waiting for something that may never ever happen. Okay? We are co-creators, but we're not in control of the whole thing, you know? There's a lot of things we don't know. It's a lot of things that we don't know, you know, and we're learning. So if you're in a place right now and you just feel like wow, you know, you just, because sometimes when you feel bad, you're just like, man, it's like you gotta surrender, like, and you gotta just find your peace with it, your peace, without getting what you think you need to do that. Within yourself, you have to kind of like take it in your own hands and make that happen for yourself. Which also can make you feel sad too, and lonely and a little irritable. But even then, it's like, feel it and let it pass. Like, just let it, feel it and let it pass. Because one thing's for sure, you're not going to always stay like this, and you're not going to feel bad forever. There's going to be a time where you feel good again. And you just need to be prepared to take on what's next, and make sure you're not afraid to apply what you learned. Make sure that you remember that lesson, and make sure that you are able, like, huge piece of it is to be able to apply what you learned when you are approached with another window or a situation that calls for that you know, that knowledge that you obtained. So, till next time, I wish you peace, health, wealth, and the time to enjoy them all. If you guys would please like, share, and subscribe these videos. I mean, it's literally like huge when you hit the like button. I'll sit here and see I got 17 versus maybe 50, or sometimes on some videos I got 100. You know, I have a small following, but I think that I know I'm helping people, because I get messages, and if that one person, it hit home for that one person, that makes me want to do another video. Like, I have to do it, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm only doing it to share what I know, to help comfort or help somebody else in the same situation, because that's huge, you know. And liking the like button helps the algorithm. It helps the video to travel onto another platform to where I can get more likes, and for, you know, to support the channel. So energetically support me by donating, by hitting the like button. Share and subscribe with who you think needs to hear the messages. And go down to the description box. There's always links to everything that has to do with me. Anything that I'm doing and pertaining to Queen of Second Chances, everything that I'm doing pertaining to ItsAlive, which is a plant-based food company that I have. All of that stuff is in the description box. So please, you know, support where you can. If you can't financially, that's fine. Donate energetically. I love y'all.